So dance is really nothing different from the meditation. My life is always about art, my parents, my books, my students. There are just four sections. Out of four, I'm nothing. Well, I have been grown up in a family where there is a no television, but I have like 600 to 700 books mini library at my home. I think the people around me, they were like, okay, you have the professional degrees. Why just you want to be with the dance? How it will make you survive? It is like at the end of the day, you have to earn for your bread and clothes. I don't have your answers as of now, but I can't survive without dance. No matter how many professional degree I get, as of now, I am a lawyer. I literally don't care because those degree doesn't make a sense to me when I see myself as a dancer. This is what it completes me. When I listen to Sadhguru, he says if you are spiritual, you naturally take the challenge. So that's how my existence makes sense to me today.
Namaskaram, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. In today's episode, we have Krishna from India, who's a performer, a dancer, a teacher, and she's also a student of books. Most of her life, she spent reading books. Even as a child, she recollects and shares in the podcast. She also speaks about how growing up in a very conducive environment and family was, and how she was touched by aspects that we would call spiritual in an early stage in her life. We also speak about her journey of becoming a dancer, what dance truly means to her, and how she's now touching people by teaching it. I hope you enjoyed this one.
In India, all our gods, all the gods who are worshipped are all dancing gods. Dance is a test of your balance in many ways.
Namaskaram, Krishna. Thank you so much for joining the podcast.
Namaskaram, Anna.
I'm very glad to have you on here. I've seen you as a teacher on Sabah's story, teaching her dance, and I saw how much she enjoyed that. And she spoke to me that we should get you on the podcast, and that's how we connected. And I really want to know about dance and spirituality, how it is connected. So I would love for you to introduce yourself and how growing up was for you, and how spirituality actually came into your life, how the seeking started.
Actually, this is so nice of you and Sabah. They like you guys are making me do it. So thank you so much to both of you for having me here, especially to you.
Hmm.
Okay. You asked me how spirituality came into my life. So actually, I don't know the answer of this question because I'll say in one sentence. So I know Sadhguru from last 3 years, but he happened to me since I was a kid.
Hmm.
Okay. So for me, it was like my upbringing was in such a way that I don't know where I was not a spiritual. Okay. I was a very different kind of kid. Like. A literally different kind of food. Okay, everything was exactly opposite in my life. What uh, people of my age used to have in their life.
Hmm.
So if I give you the example, I have been, grown up in a family where there is a no television, but I have like 600 to 700 books mini library at my home.
Oh.
So I have been growing up in a family. There were not even a refrigerator till like past
Hmm.
2 years.
Wow.
So even even as a kid, like I was so conscious about so many things, which actually I came to know after I started listening to Sadhguru. Okay, this is the way we should live, and it is it was always there in my life from the so beginning. So I'll give that credit to my parents. Okay, they literally like okay. We all know that, right? I'll talk a little bit about the food, how food works for me.
mm,
So we all know that the person's emotion who is cooking the food directly impact on the food, right?
mm,
That was taught by my mom when I was literally a kid. So I was like a very strict kid, okay. So which I can't believe in today. Okay, I did all this stuff. Like if my parents are telling me, okay, this is not the food you should eat, this will harm your health, and like that, I'll be on the next moment, okay, I won't eat it.
mm,
So like if anyone offers me, I was rude. I admit that, okay. So if anyone offers me, I was like, why are you just offering me garbage?
mm,
This is not the good for me. I don't want to have it. So that's the kind of approach I was having as a kid. So I was little bit, on the more strict part. Like I followed some discipline since my childhood.
mm.
So basically, my luckily I was in the right school. They taught me so much stuff, which is like today I'm feeling blessed that I know that since my early age, right? And the second, my parents. So today I feel that the all the upbringing they gave to me, it was their conscience choice. Now all the result I am getting today, now I'm realizing that okay, they made me do that. They had the choice, to buy a television, but they gave me book in my hands, right? So they can feed me anything what they want, but they made me to choose what I should do and what I should not. you know this, I can't imagine how the strong impact it would have in one's life. So I'll give you some simple example, okay. Again, regarding the food, it is like bit easier to convey. Uh, so if I know that this is not the food which I should consume, okay, and if someone made me have it, like to not to answer so many questions to the people, I just have it. Like, but after some point of time, there are cases just I did a vomit because I knew that my body won't accept it. And
Mm.
even I eat something like that, I can clearly feel the difference in my body for like 10 to 12 hours.
Is
And
that processed food or is that something specific?
process specific, I could say, like the specification I could say is like all the negative food what Sadhguru suggests.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
my parents already taught me this you should have, this you should not have, and I
Mm.
was that much trained. You won't believe. Even I won't believe. I don't
So it's
believe. Okay,
sattvic, like your family ate
yeah,
sattvic food?
yeah. So it's like crazy. Okay, so if like even in the spices we have some negative food.
Mm.
So if someone cooks the food with that, even the spices, I can smell it and I won't have it.
Mm. Mm.
So it is that strong. I'm not talking about as of now. I was like this as a kid.
Mm.
And that's a crazy. Okay, so even someone offers me the milk, I would only consume cow milk, nothing
Mm.
else. Okay, so I can just look at the milk and I can recognize, okay, this is not the cow.
Mm.
And if not by looking on the first sip, definitely I can know that okay, this is the mixture or this is the pure cow milk.
Yeah, I have to say,
So
many times when I had some food and I touched it with my hands, my stomach was giving me a signal. Is this good or is this not going to be good? And if I had it, even though my body gave me a signal, I would feel, just exhausted, tired, or just my a lot of digestion was happening, which usually doesn't happen. So with time, a little bit of it came, but I can only imagine how it is growing up like this.
Yeah, so it was that strong feeling. Okay, I ate something which I should not.
Mm,
Right. So even so since childhood, I was literally not attached to the any food. Okay. So if someone offers me food cooked outside the home, it was like my not really so choice.
mm,
I literally preferred not to have that that particular meal and
mm,
keep my stomach empty. I have
mm,
that habit since my childhood. Like I just keep it. Okay, just it's okay if I don't eat, but I don't want to eat this.
mm,
So yeah, that kind of and I was since a kid I was just like attached to just one single thing in terms of food. There is ice cream. Okay, so if anyone
mm,
offers me ice cream anytime, any quantity, I can just have it. And my dad suggests me. He read some article and he told me, okay, the ice cream contains this stuff and it is not so good for your body. And on the next sudden moment, I was like, okay, I'm not eating ice cream anymore. So, I really made so many situations tough for my parents, okay? So many times. Like, so I decided not to have ice cream. Then we went outside in few days and my whole family was having ice cream. And I was like, okay, I just don't want to eat. I didn't tell the exact reason because he
mm,
informed me that particular information. That's why I'm not eating anymore. So they all thinking like, okay, this is her favorite thing, and she just refused to eat. How it can be possible? But then later they realized, okay, this could be her decision. Okay, so my mom slowly convinced me like, okay, it's okay you to have at least one thing of your choice, like whenever you want. Just stop thinking about all this serious stuff. Okay,
mm,
so like I was the person like who don't want to just go for the family functions because you have to eat so much stuff which is not cooked by like the really nice way. So literally my mom even today literally my mom prepares me like before 2 days. Okay, can you come along with us? Are you going to come along with us? Even so many times I just put the condition. Okay, I'm coming with you, but only I'll eat if I want to eat. Okay, don't force me to eat anything.
mm,
So because why I was not able to bear the consequences because if I
mm,
eat something it won't let me read anything, it won't let me concentrate anywhere. It
mm,
feels like okay something is burning within my stomach, like it
mm,
was a clearly disturbing, and which I was not ready to bear these kind of sufferings. So being a kid I was always like I did what I should do. Okay, because of my parents. So even like Sadhguru says, you should not eat the food after 1.5 hour
mm,
past of the cooking, right? So it was a habit in my home. Okay, we if there is a left out food after the lunch or dinner, we used to feed to the animals. Like it was not the system of my home to kept it for like another time. So. This was like part of my training. It was the very way of my growing up. This is the way I knew how I should eat. This is the way I knew how I should, grow, which is right for me, right? But this thing out of my family was a big, big, big trouble for me. It's
mm,
like hard for me to survive along the other kids like me. I just told you we don't have a television at home.
mm,
So whenever I have the free time, my mom used to give me storybooks like I was like 6, 7-year old kid. After that, I really stopped reading storybook. I was reading the philosophy. I was reading the biography of the leaders to the saints of the India, and like so many serious stuff. Okay, so it made me little bit more mature than people of my age used to be then.
Mm.
Okay, so it was always struggle for me to sustain. And this bindi, like the Bengal, was very much part of me since I have born. And the people around me like questioned me every time. Why are you doing bindi? Why are you wearing Bengal? It's look like auntie.
Mm.
So yeah. I knew that somewhere, okay, this is what, according to our culture, we should do. And there is some significance why we are doing. So my mom used to tell me every such stuff. Okay, she is like a genius person. Like, I can't describe. So she used to tell me all that. And I was like, okay, I want to do this. But the kids around me were not like so accepting me the way I was. So I was always alone. Like even I try to match with them, even I try to talk to them. It's like okay, you are different than us. You can't really match to us. Like they are talking about the cartoons, what they are watching on the TV. But the fact was that I didn't have the TV at my home, so I was really blank. Okay, what is the word out of my books? you
Mm.
know and when I tried to share, okay, this is what I'm reading, they were not interested to listen, because for them it's not like entertaining, it was a boring. For them the cartoon and all that stuff were the interesting.
Mm.
So I would say it was really tough to survive. I was being questioned for like every damn thing. So I'll tell you another funny thing. Okay. So in India, every mom's tough thing to make their girl wear a cultural clothes for the occasion. And for my mom, the tough job is to make me wear a Western clothes. Like okay, she really say like okay, please wear such stuff sometime.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, I don't want to wear. Like, I'm good the way I am. So, I was clearly, my friend used to tell me, okay, you are not from the 21st century, you are somewhere from the 16th or 17th century, and you are just wrongly born here. So,
Mm. That's
that,
rude.
yeah,
That's rude.
and when I was kid, I really didn't care about all that stuff. The main reason is like the school I was learning was the RSS school. If you know that the Vidya Bharati schools, so they are really teaching the kids what the culture is. Okay, so we are taught like Sanskrit sloks
Mm.
and you know all the thing cultural. So at that time, I didn't feel hard to survive because I was getting inside. I was getting my answers from my teacher, or probably I could ask to anyone at my school. Okay, this is what I have read, and what is your take? Right? We ask for opinion, or maybe if I don't understand anything, I can ask them. So I feel like what age I could say, 12 to 13 years, I was really on a safe hands. Okay, so I grew in a most possible way. I started writing when I was a 12-year-old kid. So yeah, then I changed my school because that school was up to the seventh grade only. Then I have to change my school. I studied my high school with the student I used to study in my first school, but they were like suddenly changed persons. Like I can't even imagine today. So the previous school, we were totally behaving in a cultural way. We are following the rules and the what we should do basically. On the when we were shifted to the other school, almost my old classmates were shifted to that particular school. Okay, so just like that is a one summer vacation, and I'm meeting after them, and they are like completely changed person,
mm,
and I was the same. So they were like more of fashionable. They were like more of naughty, or what we can say, right? So I'll give you one example, incidents of my life. Okay, so they started talking about the teachers. They are giving them a nicknames, and started doing all the stuff. But it was like totally unethical for me.
mm.
How I can do with the person who is teaching to me. So it was like, okay, why are you just doing it? We are not brought up in this way in our first school. And they were started like suddenly all the things which I never understood why they were doing. And obviously I can't support them what they are doing. So they all were like one gang, and I am like the one single person who is like wanted to be accepted by others, wanted to be respected by others. So sometimes I feel so blessed that I fight my journey alone, and sometimes I feel okay, it would be nicer if anyone understood me as a key, if just anyone of my age accepted me as a what I was and
Mm.
I am. So the thing
I'm
was
sure
that
you must have. I'm sure you must have influenced them in some way. It sounds like you didn't want to speak about other people's while they were not there, like gossiping, which is a very common thing, right? But it's not really a good thing. It's not a nice thing. So you were acting kind of like what the scripture says without even being aware of it, right? Like don't say anything about somebody else that you would not like somebody else to say about you. So it sounds like you were living a very conscious life. It's wonderful.
you can say that, like, kind of. So you said they might be, I literally don't know. They are inspired by me, or because what they did was totally disturbing for me, completely disturbing. If they are not including me in their groups and their activities and their fun, that was okay with me. But
Hmm.
they started saying rubbish for me, and I was actually not ready for that. We call it bullying, right? Yeah. So what used to happen? Like there was a no one around me with whom I can vibe with,
Hmm.
right? So and somehow my teachers got to know that. So they started talking to me, and I started being, comfortable with my teachers, being close to them. That was like, the life savior for me. Okay, thank God my teachers really saved me. Okay, I'll tell you one incident, you will feel like how horrible it was. So I was in my 10th grade, around like, 15 years of age. So one day, um, I complained about the whole class. Okay, so what used to happen, like, they started singing prayer in a different rags, the way they want to sing. Okay, so they don't care about how it should actually being sung, and how it should be, yeah. So I won literally whole class. Okay, this is not, I want to listen, please stop it, and say the way it should be said. I won whole damn class by raising my voice, because I was not able to, tolerate this. It was like so much painful for me. They didn't listen to me because I was just a woman. They thought, okay, what I could do, you know, because they are the whole class. So It went for like 4 or 5 days, and I thought, okay, this is the height. Now I can't, tolerate this anymore. I went to directly our principal's office, and I just said it out. This is what they are doing, and I said it. Don't believe me. Just watch into the camera what they are doing, and then take action. Okay, don't believe me. So he observed our class during the prayer for like another few days, and our principal was teaching us the science. So he came for the lecture, and he just freaked out on the class because he's like a devi worshipper and like kindest human I can ever know. He's like the damn wonderful person. So he just said whole class, and that's how they got to know. Okay, who can tell him? So all pointed out on me, like only she can do this, no one else, right? So at that time they started building a whole what we can say the propaganda against me. Okay, to this girl we are going to teach lessons for what she did.
Mm.
I did a complaint, so that was my kind of the mistake. So they were like, okay, so they literally find out the teacher where I was not having that strong bond. So that is my English teacher, because I was really hating the English because it's not an Indian language, and I'm really not interested in it because I would learn Sanskrit rather than the English, right? So I was that cultural person, okay, the serious one. So they figure out, okay, if we want to say anything, the English teacher only will going to listen against her. Others are with their side. So they approached, an English teacher was our class teacher. So they approached him, and like with the whole argument and the complaints, whole class was on one side, and I am defending myself alone. So it was obviously I didn't want the that situation. So it was the decision of my class, sir, that I will be going to sit on the last bench for whole damn year, and I'm not getting the option to rotate. So my bench is fixed, last in the class. They can rotate every week. I said, okay, this is if this is the situation for this, I can't sell with what they are doing with the prayer. Okay, I can sit to the last one. There is a no problem. So I accepted that. And the other teachers were it was a silent battle. I was clearly feeling that. So other teachers were supporting me and the whole class. So it always happened. I was kind of quite good student who gets a good mark in my exams. So they can't really scold me for that because they don't have any option. Because yeah. So towards the last of the year, uh, my class teacher asked the homework diary to check of the whole class. Okay, so he checked. He took it and he was turning my diary and checking the pages. So I used to write the Sanskrit quote on top of the every page. That was kind of because I was reading lots of stuff, the cultural stuff, the Vedas. At that time, I was crazy to read Vedas, okay? So I was reading all that stuff, and whatever I find it interesting, I just write it down on my top part of the diary, okay? So he showed all these writings, and he was really impressed, and he felt, okay, what just I did to this girl, right? So there was lunch time, break time for the school, but he stopped the whole damn class. Just wait for 5 minutes. I want to say that, and he is having my diary in his hand, and he called me on the stage, and I was literally like, okay, even I am getting goosebumps as of now. So he said to the class, okay, so you all should learn something from this girl. And I was like, what is happening? This is the guy who gave me this tough punishment, who made my whole year tough to survive. And he's like, okay, why are you saying good thing for me? I was like that, and I just walked away to the stage, and I was really clueless. Okay, what could trigger him? Then he started turning the page, and then we showed, okay, just watch the upper line of the pages. See, he has written something, and I was like, okay, wait, what next he is going to say? So he said, look at this girl, she's learning something which you should, you know, do. And I don't remember the exact word, but for like another 2 to 3 minutes, he appreciated me, and I was really like a statue. Okay, so even if someone throws the cool water on me at that time, I wouldn't move at all. That kind of, I was in a shock. And he gave it to my hand, and he walked away from the class, and he said, okay, now you can go for the break. And I was still standing there, and just tears like started rolling down from my eyes, because that was the first time I won the game. And it was like, girl, you did it. you know like he said good things about me in front of whole class, which was completely against me. And it's they made really tough for me. They sing a song dedicated to me. They have given me the nicknames, uh, whatnot. So today when I look back, I feel proud the kid I was. Okay. So what if at that time I gave up and I become like that? It's not me what I'm today. It can't be me, right? So I don't know from where there was a something inside me. Okay, I can't bargain for my culture. I can't trade it for the nonsense they want to do. This was like the most disturbing thing to handle. So all the time I was alone, and they are doing their stuff. So I really don't have any friends till now, because they literally don't understand me. So if any teacher on the leave and we have that free class, always I used to have the books in my bag. I just bring my book out and just start reading. I won't talk to anyone. That kind of serious reader I am. So yeah, I was. And whenever I get the chance, I used to tell them, okay, don't eat this, don't bring this in your lunchbox, don't use the plastic lunchbox. Kind of, for me, it was out of care. Okay, you should not do this. But they were like, okay, why she is like giving advice all the time? And they were not able to understand the importance, or didn't want to accept that. So in every way, I was kind of anti type of kid in a school. So like totally left out from everything. So I literally fighted for every single thing I wanted to be. Just like, it was tough. But when I used to come back from the school and I used to tell my mom, okay, this is what happened today in school. And I used to ask one question to her, why they are not supporting me, why they are behaving the way they are. I am right. No one should, disrespect the prayer. What I did, what I said wrong, this is the right. And my mom, in the written motivation or whatever, she always said a one sentence. Have you even heard even in a story that lion roams in a group? No, lions are always alone. If you are alone, fight alone. You need not to have, just like other animal, group of people all the time, or all the time along with you. You are a lion, fight for it. So she knew that some way it was tough for me to be alone and fight with all of them, because what you can expect from like 14 to 15-year-old kid to fight for like culture and all the serious stuff. But she always, pushed me up. She never said, okay, give up. She never said. She just gave me all the strength. And the I would say the books, the if not the books were part of my life, I really don't know how I could survive all this stuff. Okay, so since like I was a kid, I used to read serious philosophy. Okay, it's so kind of think that whatever book you give me, whatever book anyone can give me, I'll just read it. So it could be like really serious philosophy. It could be like motivation book. It could be like any deep topic. Okay, and if someone asks me, I would easily explain. Okay, this is what written in this book, and this is the author wants to say. And my mom was like, okay, who is explaining you all the thing? I'm saying no. I'm reading in front of you. I just understood by myself. So even she was a shock, kind of, okay, how this little kid can do this. The other people around me, the way they were behaving with me, I had the strong feeling that I don't belong to the society. That kind of. I didn't know that word, the brahmachari, the particular as a word, but I always feel like, okay, I just want to move away from all these systems and society, because even I'm attending the family function, they were like, hey, why Krishna is not having dinner, why she is not eating this, why she is like this. So I was like, enough of these questions. I just want to be me. And and I had that strong feeling, okay, I literally turned. So if I wanted to read something, I can get book from anywhere. I can literally arrange from, I can ask anyone, okay, do you have this book? Just give it to me. So I had that kind of contact with my teacher. Okay, sir, do you know book regarding this? So can you arrange for me? And my mom was like, okay, what all she is managing. So she was. I used to see that clear fear on her face. Okay, wait, what if she gets this, feeling so strong from this age? So I didn't realize. Okay, at that time she convinced me very slowly in very nice a way. So I was getting attached to the, my routine, the study, and all that once again. Otherwise, I clearly know that I was literally, I was denying this whole system. I just wanted to run away, and my mom used to ask me, okay, what you will do? I was like, okay, I'll go to the Himalaya, I'll go to the jungle, I would go to the forest. It was the ready answer. So and my mom was like, okay, who the hell is teaching you all the things? And I'm like, okay, I just read. So this kind of serious person I am. So you can imagine, if anyone says me, okay, do this, which is not correct ethically as per Bharatiya culture, I won't do it. No much, no matter, any person give me any kind of bribe, like I just won't do it. I was the kind of person who don't sell my culture for any harm, and I was literally like, okay, I could die for it. I literally don't care of my self even. So that was clearly, I was aggressive on that part. Okay, if anyone said any wrong thing about the Bharat, you don't have an idea what I can do with that person. Literally, I used to freak out. How can you say this sentence? I was that aggressive person. I don't want to just learn English because it's not our language. Let it me, fail in that subject. It's okay with me. Yeah, and I wanted to tell you one thing. When I'm emotional, I do lots of pronunciation mistakes. Okay, so bear with that. Yeah, so I was that kind of person, and there were my tuition teachers. So literally, my teachers saved me. They understood me very well what I am. So my tuition teacher used to pull my leg. Okay, once you are growing up, we are going to find a boy from the out of India, and we are going to get married you with him. And I was like, okay, if he's the last person, I agree not to marry. But if I'm leaving, I should be in a bath. That it was a strong aggression in me. I can feel that. Okay. Um, yeah. So this is the how I grew up, and like if my mom is cooking, I won't even allow to play a Bollywood movie songs in a background. If you are cooking, it should be the energy transmitting to the food. If you want to listen music at that time, it must be devotional. Otherwise, don't listen.
Mm.
At
Yes,
that
yes,
kind of
yes.
strict I was like, okay, I am going to eat this food, so it does matter to me. You can't
Mm.
play such song in a background. So, it was not my parents actually tough part to make that kid in a control. It was the kid who is putting restriction on the parents. Okay, you can't do this.
That's amazing. That's amazing. When you spoke about not being dependent upon other people's opinion, not like if somebody else is telling you, wow, in my culture where I grew up, it's until I started to go into yoga and meditation. Before that, it was just about how can I look like everybody else, how can my appearance be like what other people want me to look like. It was never about me. It was never about who am I. It was always about how can I be the way that other people want me to be. So listening to you, I can understand why you were, bullied or looked at in a certain way, because if I remember myself, I looked at people who were different also like that. So it's such a wonderful way of living. It's very inspirational also. And yes, the significance of sound during during anything, whatever you do, it's really powerful that you had that with you at that age. So how did that develop later in life? So once you came across I mean, you were already reading Rig Veda, so you were. I mean, spirituality was with you. But uh, yeah, how did yoga, meditation, and that come into your life? Because I feel like reading can also be meditative, right? Like you can kind of lose the words and lose yourself in the book.
I'll tell you what kind of reader I was. Okay, so I'm talking about the girl who were like roughly 10 to 12 year old. So, and if I had a book and it feels interesting, okay, so I won't leave it without completing it. So,
Mm,
whenever I have 5 minutes, you will find me with that book.
mm,
If like there is a changing the lecture, so one teacher is going from the class and another one is coming. If I have 2 minutes, the people used to find me reading.
mm,
you know so every possible damn minute I find out I was with my book. And my mom, I told you, right? She was a little bit worried. Okay, she is getting every insights from the book, so really she need to distract me from the books. So she tried to avoid me such a big book. Okay, I can read the storybook, and I was like, okay, Why are you giving me like what 4 or 5 year kid used to read? Because that time was already past. Okay, I'm not the story kid. I am little bit away from ahead from the story. Okay, like I need more. That seeking past part was there. Okay, I'm done with the stories. Now I should know something little bit up. So mainly I used to read at night. So if everyone is done with their, I am grown in the joint family. Okay, so my first cousins used to live with me. So it's like 10, 12 people's family. Like my older cousin used to, because we were in the city and my uncles and they were living on the town. So for their schooling and all that, they were living with us. So everyone is done with like dinner, 9:30, 10, 10:30 sometimes, then they everyone used to like, okay, let's sleep, and I am ready with my book, and I need the classical music, either Sufi, either pure classical in the background all the time, even today. Even I'm reading theory subject, I need a music. I can't, survive without that. So, and it was not the case that I will plug in the headphones and listen my music and read my book. No, I would play it on a home theater, and I want certain level of volume. So they literally bade me what I am. So it was like at the home I can be what I am. So never anyone stopped me. When my parents want to sleep, my grandmom was there. Even she wants to sleep. Still didn't anyone really told me, okay, just stop the music and it is disturbing. No, they never. So my mom used to like that, okay, please sleep, you have to get up in the morning for the school. But my dad was in the, my side. Okay, if you want to read, you read, but make sure you woke up early, enough early to be at the school. So he knew that somewhere this girl is, the kids right now do, like, if the parents say them to sleep and snatch their phone, if the parents sleep, they'll get it back and start playing games. I was that kind of kid with the book. If my mom make me sleep, see if she's gone in her room, she slept, I'll back with the book. So it is that kind of addiction. I'm not regretting calling it addiction because I was not able to survive without book. It's kind of food for me. And you will be amazed. Like my parents were like, okay, how this girl can sit for like a 3 4 hour at a stretch without getting up for a water or anything. See, they used to find me just reading. And I this is like the bestest thing ever happened to my life. So when I was 12 to 15-year-old kid, during this 3 year, I read Swami Vivekananda, all the book. All means there won't be any single book you name about Swami Vivekananda and haven't read it. So he is my hero, and he never let me be that loser kind of person. Okay, if I have to fight for my culture, I have to. It's not like I can be the loser and I just give up. No, he didn't allow me to give up. It was that strong impression on my head. Okay, that kid want to survive, that kid want to have the friends, that kid want to live as a kid, not like a mature person. I was striving continuously for that. Okay, can I be normal, can I be normal? But there was a something within me which is not allowing me to join their nonsense. If they are not respecting my teachers, I can't be friend with them. If they don't have a sense to respect the prayer culture, I can't be with them. So the all the things like the way my parents gave me the actual background, the choice they made for me, like I'll tell one thing. So if someone is coming at my home, So if they ask, okay, don't you have a TV at your home? Because generally TV is the living room ingredient, right? So if they don't find, okay, so my dad used to answer, okay, I don't have money to buy TV. And the fact was that I belong to enough settled family. Like, so many times the guests used to feel like, disrespect by answering. It was something from my dad that it is in my blood. So the way he used to answer, okay, I don't have money to buy TV. The same way I used to reply if someone, disrespecting my culture. So then my mom told me him one day, okay, can we just answer a little bit nicely that we don't want to buy TV, that's why we don't have a TV, rather saying I don't have money and wanted to buy a TV. So it was somewhere from my parents that they are what they are, that's why what I am. Because I clearly remember every bedtime my mom used to tell me the story of the little Swami Vivekananda, little Ganesha, and every damn god I knew the stories. So yeah, this is the way they treat me. When sometime nowadays they tell me, okay, just leave it, no. And I am the person like, okay, you brought me up this way, at least you have to bear me like this. You then don't have a choice. So yeah, this these are the like stories. It was a good. I feel proud. Okay, the way I was, but it was a horrible same time. It was not easy to survive. Yeah,
Uh, how did yoga and meditation come to your life then?
I
Um,
completely forgot.
yeah, it's fine.
So,
It's fine.
so the first school I mentioned, they used to have the separate class for the yoga. Okay,
Mm,
and at that time I was enough flexible to do yoga. So whatever and it was like not the any way they want to convey they were conveying. No, it was in a proper way. Right. Even my teachers used to get the training and then they are allowed to teach us. So, yeah. And when I moved to the other school, at that point of time, this part little bit left out, but I was meditative. You know, as Sadhguru says
at
that it
what
should
age?
be,
At what age did that come?
I don't know, I was like that as far as I remember. So, there was a sense of calmness within myself because if you noted that, I was not having any friends. I was not
Mm,
involved in any kind of nonsense. So, all the time, because, sometimes I feel they did really good thing for me. They left out, so I had the opportunity to be with me
mm,
because they were not accepting me with their part of circle, so I was always alone with me. So I had always the opportunity to understand myself, to understand how I am feeling, to understand what exactly happening. So I used to question because they made me feel all the way that I am different than them. So I used to question myself, okay, what is the different? And the thing was that according to book I was being introduced, it was the way I should live. And I feel they are the different. So kind of the meditativeness, that calmness, it was there due to the book. And I was, at so many level I remember that I was kind of balanced.
mm,
Otherwise I can't imagine to fight alone with the all the stuff, because it was not just about the school. If you go to the family and if you go to the functions and all this, people ask so many questions.
mm.
It
Did,
right from my bindi, why I do it every day, like the day I am born till the like 4 to 5 years my mom regularly did it. And since I remember, I am regularly doing it for myself. If not a single day, even if I forgot to do, within a 10 to 15 minutes, my brain, reminds me, okay, this is something not correct. And if I look at the mirror, okay, I just forgot Bindi. So it is that kind of, part of me. If I'm forgetting for half an hour, it gives me the signal. It is
What
not there.
What do you use mostly? Kumkum?
Yeah, kumkum.
Yeah.
Earlier I was using the other kumkum, but since I am knowing to the Isha, after that I get it from the Devi temple. So yeah, the kumkum.
How do you make it so uh like
It's Anna, it's a habit. The person who is doing every day for
hmm,
more than 20 years. If there is a no mirror, I can still use my right finger and it will be there and that round only. It won't here or there even an inch.
oh wow. Wow. Well, so when you say you're using the Kumkum from Isha Foundation, when did Isha Foundation and Sadhguru come into your life? How did that happen?
Okay, I don't remember the exact time, but all I remember is past three Mahashivratri I'm attending. So before that, Sadhguru happened to me. Okay,
Hmm.
anytime before that, it could be three and a half or maybe the 4 year. I don't exactly remember. So, as I was into the spirituality, as I was into the motivation kind of stuff, I used to hear lots of people. Okay, so what used to happen to me if I'm listening to anyone, I would probably see few videos and then I come to know, okay, this is the way these guys or these, woman's mind working, or this is the stuff in the conclusion he wants to convey.
Hmm.
Because I read a lot enough. So I used to able to make that conclusion and I used to feel boring. Okay, I'm done with this person. Whatever he wants to stay, I know. Or I got that person. Okay, this is what he wants to or she wants to convey. So in probably 10 to 15 videos, I was feeling like, okay, enough of this person. I need to listen someone more. So like that, I used to find out videos on the YouTube, and someday Sadhguru popped up. So when I started, I'll say it very, frankly, he was kind of the other speaker whom I'm going to listen, right? Because I didn't knew him personally, so it was like the other for me. So I started listening him, and he was saying something which I was relating like this with my life. So, I clearly remember laughing me so hardly. Sadhguru says every time, okay, if you feel not being with you, if you feel not so good, you are in a bad company, right? Not the exact word, but he says like then I laughed it like horribly with the satisfaction. Okay, I'm in a good company. I'm not bored with myself. I'm not afraid in running away from myself. And I was laughing with so much satisfaction. Okay, I lived safely.
Hmm.
so, so that all this this is kind of one thing. Okay, so for the so many stuff I was like, okay, what he's saying, that is what I'm doing since whole 10 years. So I find it interesting, and I thought, okay, I need to listen more. Then I started listening his videos, and at some point of time it was a situation like I'm laughing um by watching his video, I'm crying by watching his video, and again my mom was in a confusion. Okay, what is actually happening with this girl and the guy in the videos, right? So she started asking me the questions. Okay, who is the Sadhguru? And at that time, I just knew Sadhguru. Okay, nothing about Isha Foundation,
Hmm.
not about there is an ashram or something like that. I just used to know him and listen to him. So because my mom don't understand the English, so I used to translate. Okay, this is what this person is saying, and my mom, she's like the in charge of my life. If I am doing something which I should know, should don't I should do not, uh, she would convince me in a way that even I don't realize. Like she stops me doing that in her own way. So it's clearly indication if she is not stopping me for doing something, that means I'm on the right track. So she had the watch all the time because she knew that I'm something different somewhere, right? So she took the extra care. So I started translating video to her, and she was like, "Okay, do watch if you really like it." And there was a time where I just used to listen him all the damn day. If I'm not listening him, my mind feels like, okay, what I'm doing? I need to listen another video. If this is done, I'm like, okay, I need to listen another video. And my mom was like, okay, it's okay if you listen him, but it is just getting little bit over. You are doing whole day just this one single job. This is not, right. You have to do something else as well. And yeah, that's how I got that attachment.
Mm.
And really after yeah, in 2020, just like around the lockdown started happening, I met with lots of Isa people on the social media, mainly in the Instagram, and I came to know about the ashram and the Dhyan Linga temple. I saw that on the pictures, or heard him saying about the Dhyan Linga, but I never knew that, okay, where it is, and
Mm.
the location and all this stuff. So then it was, getting so much emotional or attached, and yeah, I was like, okay, now everything makes some more and more sense to me. And I was that kind of person, right, who is ultimately kind of a seeker, who is like always wanted to know the truth. So then I felt, okay, this is the ultimate destination, because all the time I kept finding out, okay, who is the person who can answer my question, who is the person who can answer my question. And I found him, and I feel like, okay, from this person I can get my answers. That confidence I got it.
Mm.
So as I'm the reader person, I ordered the book of him. And just like, I just affected on his book. Literally, I would use that word. Okay, one by one, every 15-10 days, the new book is coming to my home with the Amazon. And my mom was like, okay, at least read first, then order the another one. No, I said, I'm done. So and with the habit you got that speed. And so if like the letters are not so small, and if it is in a certain way, I can read one page within a 1 minute.
Mm.
So it kind of, because that's what I did, so at least I can expect that mastery from doing that one thing from myself.
Mm.
Right, so I can really read the so fast, and I was able to understand. It's not like just reading out. Okay, so the Mystic Music, I got that book. I started reading, and all the magic started happening. So I wanted answer like this, but I was not able to form the question. I wanted to know something about that particular thing, but I was not able to form the question.
Mm.
And I was like, damn, even the the question I'm not able to form, he's answering. How he could know this is all what I want to know? And it was like magic. There was a no thing in my mind till I completed the book. It was like, just read this, just read this. You don't, girl, you don't have any other thing to do in your life. Just read this book. I was that kind of crazy. I read it. Then comes to the death book. I started reading it, and it went so serious for me. Like, I went completely speechless. I won't talk much to my, even my mom, not my family, not my sister or brother. I just read the book and just be quiet. And it was so overwhelming, and it literally took me to the some another world. It was not me anymore. It was like another person was getting growing me.
Mm.
So yeah, I was completely in a different zone, in different mood, and my mom said, "Okay, really, please stop reading this book because the change was clearly visible to my family." So I said, "No, it won't gonna happen. Okay, let it be. Just let me read the book," and it literally changed me. So yeah, I am attending programs as much as I can. I am doing my Shambhavi, and all the practices, whatever I have learned online. And because this lockdown, you can't go anywhere, no. So I try to grab the what I can
Mm.
learn online because I can't wait. So it was my like wish to go to the ashram and attend Shambhavi for in person. But at the same time, I was not ready to wait for to open up everything and to go there, to travel there. Okay, it was like first online initiation, and I was like, girl, you have to do it. You can't wait for even another one more month. At least I'll be doing Shambhavi for 30 days. If there is option, I'll go there and explore more stuff. But that burning desire, okay, I can't let the opportunity go. I
How was the
want to know
experience
it. It was
of the?
wonderful. It's from like 10th January. I have missed just one day in the morning. I did it in evening. Just like one day I missed one time, and I'm regretting like. I can't put in a word. And it was like I was taking the class from 7 to 11. And when I came out of my, the class space, my mom gave me some work. So I went out, and when I came back, the lunch was ready. Okay. So I ate. And then I realized, okay, I haven't done my Shambhavi.
Mm.
And I was like
That was
feeling
that was outside of the mandala.
outside of Mandala.
So it's okay.
Even now, everyone in my family knows. Okay, if she haven't done this Shambhavi, she won't gonna eat anything.
Wow.
So sometimes it gets really late because if I'm taking class, so it's sometimes like 9:30, even 10, because my students are from the out of India, so it's like matching the another time zones. So even if the 10, I'll do my Shambhavi, then go for the dinner. So this is
Mm.
kind of the sure thing. Okay, I'm doing it no
Mm.
matter what. So yeah, it's been a really wonderful journey with the Sadhguru and Isha.
Wow, that's amazing. That's wonderful. So much devotion that you have for the process and the practice.
I hope I can continue this way.
Mm. You talked about balance and you talked about discipline as well, as you were just speaking about being disciplined with the practice. How and where did dance come in? Because dance is also something where one needs to be, or one mostly is, or becomes disciplined. And also many times, at least I saw a lot of Sufi quotes because they use dance as a meditation, like a moving meditation. And I feel in my own experience, I feel that it's like through dance we become more aware of the present moment, and we also surrender to what's happening around us, and we focus on what we're doing in that specific moment, which is dance. And it is kind of a bridge between motion and stillness, because we move and then we're still. So how did that come into your life, and what is your experience of dance?
Okay, so I really haven't shared that part of my life, me being the artist. So I would like to change my one earlier sentence. If I said if there was no book, I would have survived this better. I would add one more thing. If there was a no art and book, I wouldn't be what I am today. So my parents always kept me engaging with so many activities right from I was 5 years of age. Okay, I clearly remember. So there was one institution in my city that I used to go since I was of 5. So I was into the skating. Really, the what we can say the enthusiastic one. I used to do like crazy stunt with the skating. I used to go to the drawing class. Basically, if I find something interesting, my parents won't say that, okay, you don't do this. You just go for it, you do this. And it was not even a single Sunday after I turned 5 that I slept like, 9 to 10 or 10 o'clock on the morning. Even on the Sunday, my parents always like planned so much stuff for me. So yeah, I was going to that particular classes where I learned the skating, where I learned the painting. Still, I do whenever time allows. And I would tell you how dance came into the picture. Okay, so um, the early time we used to have the black and white TV. Okay, I think that we brought from the office or something like that. It was not the new one or kind of the great one, but we had that for like roughly 1 year or 2 years maximum. That okay. So I used to watch, if you know the DD national channels, they used to telecast artists, classical artists on every Sunday. So this is I'm talking about when I was of 6 to 7 years hardly. Okay, I used to watch classical dance. I didn't knew that what kind of art form it was. All I remember is that the costume, the dancer used to wear this kind of costume, and there was at the part of stage setup there was a statue of the Nataraja. All that I remember. And Bharatanatyam is in Sanskrit or Tamil songs. So my grandmom was like, okay, you are not even understanding what they are singing. So why are you just watching it? It was strange. Like the kid watching this serious dance art form. So, and I used to tell, okay, I want to learn this. The 6 or 7 year old girl wanted to learn Bharatanatyam, who actually didn't know that this is Bharatanatyam. So I truly believe maybe in the past life I might be the dancer or I might be the seeker of dance who didn't get at that time. So that came this life as a gift. So yeah, then I was continuously searching because I belong to the city where there is a lots of money, but in terms of art, it is zero. So in India, my city is like highest per head income. But if you try to find out the artist, you really have to struggle, not
Which
just dance,
which city is it?
music. I'm from Morbi in the Gujarat.
Mm.
So it is well known for the tiles. Okay. So here it is tough to find the artist, but my parents never put out that pressure. Okay, you must have good marks in the exam. They were okay if I involve myself into art. Actually, they gave me the opportunity. My
Mm.
dad my dad really liked the classical art, so he introduced me the Sufi. He introduced me to the classical dance, because he don't know that what to listen, what to know. And my dad gave me the CDs. Okay, you can listen that, and that how I got the habit to listen that particular stuff. It was the Sufi of the Kabir and the classical singer music, which is the Hindustani classical music. So that girl wanted to learn the dance. Okay, this is the scene, and I want to learn, but my parents were not able to find a teacher in my city, not even the nearby city. So it passed like till I became of the 15-year-old. Then it was still stuck inside me somewhere. I want to learn dance. I want to learn dance. The kid I was, which is obviously can't be attracted to the Western dance. There was a no scope. So obviously my choice was the classical dance. My parents literally tried hard to find a teacher for me, but yeah, we couldn't find it. And when I came to the 11th grade, which I was roughly 15 to 16-year-old, at that time we get to know that okay, some person from the nearby city, he is coming to my city to teach the Bharatanatyam. And at that time, I become unstoppable. I was like, okay, mom, you are going to take me to meet that person, no matter what, how, right? So it was a situation where I was about to start doing my chartered accountancy. See, it is like toughest degree in India. It is very tough to crack the exam. So my parents were like, okay, we want you to learn, but your journey is going to be tough anyway. So you won't be able to manage everything. And I was not ready to listen that statement, because that's what I was dying since I was a kid. I wanted to learn that, and no one can say me that I won't be able to manage everything, because the multitasking was the thing I did right from I was a 5-year old. So then my mom tried to explain me that my younger sister can actually go to the class, and we'll see after some time once you are done with the study, and then you can learn. I say, finally, Siva listened me, and he introduced one person as a teacher. And now you are saying me to wait for another 5 to 6 years. How can you say that? And I remember clearly myself crying and doing all the nonsense. I skipped some meals, because it was decided my younger sister will go to the class and I won't, because my study was going to be tough anyways in a 1 year, and I was going to study 2 degree at the same time.
Mm.
So my parents thought it is not the right time to go, and I was literally a rebel. Okay, so if she is going, I am going. If I am not going, she can't go. This was the kind of statement. You can't do it with me. It was my hobby, and if you are
Mm.
finding teacher and you are giving that advantages to my younger sister, okay, she can learn, she can come with me, but you can't say no to me. So my mom said, okay, just go for it, and if you find tough to manage, you can skip dance for some time and you can rejoin it, right? So she allowed me for 1 year, because I was going to be in a town for another 1 year. So she said, okay, just go, we'll figure it out how it works. So it was went year when I had to move to the another city for my study. So it was the case. In a CA study, we used to have like 7 to 8 to 9 hour class. In that 9 hour, we used to get 20-minute breaks. Okay, so it was that tough thing that you have to just be stick at the one place for 8 to 9 hours. And dance, especially Bharatanatyam, it is a so vibrant. But yeah, my mom asked me the question, okay, do you want to take a break or do you want to continue? I was like, I don't have any plan to have a break. But she was like, are you sure? Do you really want to, divert yourself into the two things? You should focus the study. Dance will be there whole life. And this is the time, this is the age you have to study. I said, okay, I understand, but let me just give the attempt. If I won't be able to manage, I'll quit. Okay, so that was the deal. So I remember the like 8 p.m. my CA classes used to get over, and 8:15 right, I used to be at my dance class.
Mm.
So it was tough. Again, I took that challenge on myself. Sometimes I think why I didn't make any easy choice for myself. Like I should be kind to myself. It was like tough. One level up. So all the time I challenged myself. But when I listen to Sadhguru, he says if you are a spiritual, you naturally take the challenge. So that's how my existence makes sense to me today.
Mm.
Okay, get back to the dance. So I used to reach my dance class suddenly after my coaching class. Okay, the people used to talk, they used to discuss their doubt. I was like, okay, leave it just doubt. I want to be at dance class. And after sitting for 6 to 7 hours without even moving, I used to get involved my body into the extreme level of movement. So that was the physical challenge my body had. Because Bharatanatyam is a kind of art. If you look, it looks so easy. It looks so simple, but it is that much tough when you try to do that. It's not easy. You have to be focused with your mind. You have to be literally so balanced with your body. That's how this dance happens. So I continued it, and luckily again I met with the teachers who really supported me. Like they understood what dance means to me, and they respected me being a dancer and as a CS student. So if I asked them, okay, this is I didn't understood, so they were nice to me, they can explain to me. And yeah, so another few years I took it along with that. And I had that I should not say, but I had that little bit horrible experience with my first dance teacher. Then after 6 years, I decided to quit that particular dance class, and I was completely lost. I was completely lost because dance was the thing I wanted to do. I didn't care if I'm getting a degree or not. I couldn't handle myself if I'm not dancer. So I was like, okay, Shiva, you have to do whatever you want to do. I want to learn dance. Now it's up to you. You are gifting me another teacher or not. In sudden few days, my second teacher, I call him my guru. He sent me request on Instagram by his own. Okay. Then I checked his profile and I was literally kind of. It is a dance instrument we call Natuvangam. That is the bass instrument to give the rhythm to the dance. So I always wanted to learn that, but my first teacher never taught me. So I asked him, okay, can you teach me? And I didn't know he's actually conducting the class. I didn't know that. Okay, I just asked him, okay, can you teach me that? And he sent me in the return his class poster. And I was like, okay, I should have gone little bit down and find out the poster by myself, and I could ask for the fee. Like, what kind of dumb I was. Like, I asked him, okay, can you teach me without knowing that that person is actually teacher. So that's how Shiva gifted like really nice teachers whom I deserve. Okay, so that music journey, dance music, that happened to me. And that previous 6 months where I was not in guidance of any teacher was like damn mental trauma for me, because I was not able to survive without dance, and there was like no one to guide me to go further on this path. Then I met with my another teacher. So that story is also interesting. I wanted to learn from him. Okay, I was his fangirl as a dancer. So I dropped a message to him, can you teach me dance? So he agreed, okay, I can teach. Then he gave me his Skype ID and I dropped the message there as he told, okay, we can connect and discuss how we can approach. And he really took like 10 to 12 months to revert my message. And at that time I was desperate. Okay, I want to learn dance from this person. I want to learn dance from this person. It was not going out of my head. And suddenly after before the last birthday, suddenly like before the 1 or 2 day of my birthday, he texted me, okay, sorry, I just didn't noticed your message, and it was by mistake, it was neglected. And I was like, thank God, even after a year, he's accepting me as a student. So we had a talk on the phone. He agreed, okay, he can teach to me. And the past 1 year gave me the experience of a whole 7 years of dancing. He just, I was a scattered. I knew the stuff, but he nicely structured me in such a beautiful way. Like, I truly believe he's a blessing of my life. So yeah, you talked about this is my dance journey, and last August I took the online classes as my professor, as my profession. I started teaching dance to the like whoever wants to learn. So we will go for that part later. But you talked about the stillness and dance. Okay, so dance is really, really, really nothing different from the meditation. So it is an extreme level of still movement. But if I'm done with my dance, I'm done with my practice, and I just sit like this, cross-legged position, and if I would close my eyes, I could clearly sit for like if someone doesn't disturb me, it's like half an hour. I can more than that. I can simply sit, and it's not like that. The thoughts are bombing in my head. It is like completely peace. So all those realization made me so involved with the dance that this is what I want in my life. No matter how many professional degree I get, as of now I am a lawyer and almost a half CA. But I literally don't care, because those degree doesn't make a sense to me when I see myself as a dancer. This is what it completes me. And that was again challenging. The people around me, they were like, okay, you have the professional degrees, and I just you want to be with the dance. How it will make you survive? It is like at the end of the day you have to earn for your bread and clothes. And I was like, I don't have your answers as of now, but I can't survive without dance. That's all I knew. And luckily my teacher gave me that confidence. Okay, you can teach, you can start your new journey from dancer to teacher. we'll see if you need my guidance, or if you are lacking somewhere. We'll see how to proceed further, but at least just go for it. So he gave me that confidence, and I took that step. Okay, this is the time I really should start. Before that, I'm a teacher. Like, my soul is in teacher kind of. I used to teach in a college when I was 21 of age, and my student used to be 20 of age. So I knew somewhere that teaching is my kind of thing, because that was the one position which was allowing me to freedom to be me. Because any other place I had to be according to them, and what I wanted to convey to the people, to the youth. Okay, observe our culture, this is important, this changed my life. And just only one profession have that authority to make impression on the people, that is a teacher. Otherwise, people don't listen to anything. Why they even should listen? Right. So somewhere I knew that, okay, if I wanted to, you know, say that what I deeply feel, I should be in a position when people can listen to me. And luckily, I was good at the teaching. My student loved me as a teacher the way beyond I can ever imagine. So, my life is always about art, my parents, my books, and now past from 3 years, my student. There are just four sections. Out of four, I'm nothing. So they accepted me in such a way that I started existing as a teacher. Then I knew that, okay, if I know something, I can convey to anyone as a teacher. I can make them understand what I know. So I thought, okay, we can try that. My mom gave me that green signal. Okay, start teaching the dance. And my parents didn't really had that trust, especially in terms of being a dance teacher. They were like, okay, there is no one in our city going to learn this Bharatanatyam, and out of the city, how you will be able to find out the students? Then I had the Isha gang. They just circulated my poster in such a way that, like, it just opened a new opportunity, new world to me. And I was getting students. My first student is again a Sabha. She joined me very first. Then other student came, so she is kind of lucky to me. In my professional career, being as a teacher, so they started liking me. I was like, okay, let's see if I can succeed as a dance teacher or not, because teaching text, law, accounts, that's a different kind that I can do. But I was not sure how being me as a dance teacher. So they again gave me the love which I can't even imagine. Like, they literally changed my life. You know, so it was, I knew the dance as per my body, how dance happened to my body, how it works within me. But teaching them was altogether a different level of intensity. To see a body which is not even a moving, this step, to the getting the involved into the movement. It was a so overwhelmed. I would like to confess something, like, when my student going to listen this, they will be shocked. Okay, so I literally sometimes control my emotion. If in class ends, I really cry. Okay, how beautiful this is. They are dancing. You know, Yeah. So teaching dance, then it's kind of another level of love affair of me and my dance. They made me fall into love with the dance with the extreme level I can ever imagine. And now if anyone asks, okay, what you want to choose in your life, it will be dance. Being a performer, if not the performer, being a teacher. But if it's okay if I don't have a like big institution, but at least I should exist as this position. Let it be like my 10th 12th student, and another time I am doing my another activity. But it is like my that deep desire. Okay, just let me exist as a dancer, as a dance teacher. Don't disturb that my area. I'm teaching for 2 hours. There will be 22 hours, which I need 3 hours to sleep. You can tell me whatever you want me to do. Like I'm with my parents. Like you can tell me whatever you want me to do. I would do for 18 to 17 hours. Just give me that 2 to 3 hour
Mm.
for this. So and they have seen me becoming dancer to dance teacher. And my dad was like, okay, how this girl is going to have a student? From where? He was, and I was started getting student, and then he was like, who is going to give this girl a money? And I said, okay. I started earning this, and he was like, is it for real? He was that kind of shocked. Like what suddenly started happening in my life? Because I didn't share any other aspect of my life because I am really quite into the business. I really do international marketing for my dad's company since I was a 19. So I can you just have to brought me to the meeting table, and if the buyer is genuine, I won't let it I won't let go him without the deal.
Mm.
So that kind of enough good bargaining power I have. So my dad was like, okay, you really belong to some other places, but people are accepting you in a this way as well. It is like how? So always people around me used to feel jealous to me because I used to study two professional degree at the same time. I used to learn dance with my two teachers and still the same old things are continuously, but I took teaching. Like I am teaching in a week as of now like 17 to 18 hours every week. So they were making me again. I'm not like them. They were like, okay, what do you want to prove? Why are you doing all this thing? And I was like, I am capable. Why should I waste my energy? Right? I I want 3 hours to sleep. Because Sadhguru always says, like if your food is balanced, directly your sleep will gonna balance. So even as a kid I was never enslaved to the sleep, never ever. I don't remember if even if like Sunday I never asked my mom to let me sleep for extra hour. And it's like after the exam my mom says, okay, you are reading since like whole night, just it is last paper, sleep some in a nice way for little bit long. And I was like little bit early up, and she used to find me reading book because this is the opportunity. Okay, I can now finally leave my exam books and I can just pick up the other. So this was the kind of, so it was never in my life that I want the excuse to not to be me. I always wanted to be me, what I was since a kid. Yeah, so I told I am writing since of when I was since 12. So I write even sometime till the late night if it is my mood and with the nice music. So I just keep writing. It's never about okay if I haven't slept for enough hour I it will gonna affect my day. No, it won't. You can just not give me food for 24 hour and I won't be any change. I will be still dancing. I will be still doing what I am doing. It literally doesn't matter. So, my mom says sometimes this is a machine and this don't have the block of food and the block of sleep. She can just switch on and run.
Mm.
So, uh, I'm happy that my parents gave me all that habit, especially the food. It changed my game. So, like, if they didn't took that all the care, maybe I can't be what I am, right? And it always took me the extra energy to fight with the world because I was settled within me. I knew that what exactly I want, but people were like questioning. And the relatives and all that, why she's giving this extra efforts, he's already doing CA, and why still she's torturing herself with the dance, and if dance, why it is the classical dance, no one would like to see classical dance, it could be like western dancer or whatever it is, but it was there something which I wanted to be. And it was like, you know in other way I don't exist.
Mm.
And when my parents, it's been like 6 months now, and since I'm teaching dance, and so when they meet other people, they ask because I was a social kid. Okay, my dad is like social in kind of social activities. So if she's going for the function, she's in president of the Lions Club and all the possible things, right? So see, he used to take me along with his, and I am into the business since like early age. So I used to go along with him all the time, most of the time. So everyone knows me, right, as a kid of him. So they would ask, okay, what she's doing now, what she's doing now, and they were like, okay, is really enough that she's teaching dance and all that. And I see my parents nowadays proudly saying, okay, she's getting nothing less than the highly paid multinational company job. So it's not like I'm doing something for a money, but at the end you need something to survive.
Mm.
But it is that thing which is giving me pride. Okay, I am able to earn through the money. I am able to see my future along with the dance. So it's kind of me being me, fighting with the whole world, only and only accepted by my parents, later on from past 3 years by my students, and living in the fairy tale kind of world of books.
Mm.
That's me. That's how I exist. That's how I breathe.
I love it. That's a wonderful way to put your life in a nutshell. I love it. That was so inspiring to listen to
Oh,
you. So inspiring. It's so I need to know. Actually, I'm going to message you to get some recipes of the food that you're making because I saw a big change as well. Definitely since integrating actually somehow South Indian cooking is very appealing to me, and just also just generally in the way that I saw or Ayurveda's approach on food just in general. and the way that you spoke about art is really inspiring for me as well, because I am connected to music, and I see
Yeah.
most of my life I was longing to learn some form of dance, but I never really, because for a guy to dance, you know, it's like it's kind of the last thing that we would think about, and especially
I
in the
can
West.
understand.
But recently I picked up the mridangam, so I learned the yes, and
Wow.
now I'm looking into Carnatic vocal to learn the vocals, because I don't know, somehow I'm more, even though I like the movement, I'm more drawn to the sound, so instruments, and so I love how you speak about um, being able to live by living your passion, you know, so being able to make a living even though you're doing what you love, which is the goal for me. It's and I feel for everybody to do what they love and to be able to live in society, in the city, and it's so inspiring to hear from you. Thank you for sharing that.
Hello. Initially, I was not so sure that how I'll be going to share all this stuff. But you provided that comfortable space where I become open, and I did share. So it was like nice talking to you and remembering all the memories and getting back to myself.
Mm.
It is not just like I'm talking to you. I'm reliving that all the moments, the what I was, how it is working for me as of now. So it is like so much beautiful feeling to share it over here. So thank you so much for making me part of your
Mm.
podcast.
I'm sure
It
many
really means a
people
lot.
I'm sure many people will love to hear about your journey, because it will definitely spark something within them to see what it is that really matters to them, and follow that.
Will be really means a lot to me. If anyone, even a one single person get
Mm,
inspired to be around the culture,
mm,
if I able to touch even a single person, it would be like I will. I don't have the word to convey, but at the end of this was the way I was being accepted. And in a one way, I will feel accepted if I'll be able to touch even a one person.
mm. Yes, that's why I started this podcast. I was like, even if I don't get hundreds of thousands of people, if one person sees the podcast and feels inspired and looks at life in a little bit in a different way, then that's worth it.
Mm, great job.
Thanks. uh, thank you so much for joining and sharing your story. And
Thank you so much.
I hope you all the best for your dance classes, and may you continue to have people to come into your class and support you um, in so many ways. Thank you.
Yeah, anyways, Devi is taking care of everything as of now, so
Mm, yes.
thank you so much.
Yes. Namaskar. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do hit the like button. Also, comment down below where you guys have tuned in from. It's always nice to know. And finally, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Namaskar.